Why? Why after we finally get the camera that we always wanted, that we've been researching for months, watching endless YouTube videos about, we finally get it on our doorstep. The perfect camera we thought we wanted that had everything we needed. And after the unboxing, holding it in our hand, we start looking at the same videos again. We wanting an upgrade. We start finding things it'd be nice to have. It'd be nice if it had anamorphic. I thought I just needed 4K 60. Now I need 4K 120, 240. I mean, these things are luxuries. Were you making 4K 60 videos before all the time, uploading, and it just felt limiting? Most of the time, people aren't making anything. They're talking about the idea of filming something, of creating something, of making music, of writing something, of having some sort of discussion to share with other people, and they're not doing anything. Let's be honest. Are we looking for the perfect camera where we can be an artist and say interesting things with the lens? Do we have anything to say after we get the camera in our hands? And I'll prove my point here. Let's say your whole YouTube feed, the last 6 months to a year, all you've been watching obsessively is camera reviews, and there's a specific camera you want. That camera non-stop. That's all you get fed. Are you telling me, now that you get the camera on your doorstep, what are you going to watch? Your feed is telling you what you're interested in. You don't have anything in your feed that says storytelling, composition, topics. What other topics do you have a notebook filled with interesting ideas? Vignettes, stories, little tests, little snippets of life, conversational pieces that you want to film and say. Do you have notebooks filled? Do you have ideas? No, most people don't. They're in love with the idea of what the camera will finally do. They're just forever chasing the dopamine fix over the horizon. Your phone can do everything. You just don't want to film anything. You have nothing to say. I'm not putting you down. Look, I'm talking to myself in the past as well. If you don't have these interesting conversations and something to say, something to be passionate about, something to do something with, then it's just all chasing a dream. It's always the anticipation. That's what dopamine is, this dopamine addiction, because you get the camera on your doorstep. There's nothing stopping you. The back of your head, well, now there's nothing stopping me. It's just me. What do I do? I know, I'll get the magnifying glass out and start looking for faults or things that would be nice to have. Let me just prepare a little bit more. Let me be prudent. Let me be smart about things. You're not being smart. You're being apprehensive, or you don't want to face the fact that maybe you don't have anything much to say. Maybe you don't talk much. Therefore, what are you going to produce? And don't get me wrong, there are plenty of people out there that aren't gregarious, don't talk very much, and they'll still film things without their voice, and they'll film beautiful things, put it together and upload it to YouTube. But the sad fact is, most of us are hoping that things will magically just happen once we get a camera. And if you don't know what you want to say, you don't know who you are, you don't know why you even want the camera. You just want a shiny object. It's retail therapy. That's all it is. You're making yourself feel good by a new object, and then you go online, you look for another object or a cage for your camera or new accessories or whatever it might be. I've often said on my channel that everything in life is a relationship. It's not just people in your life, but objects too. Your hobbies, things like that. So everything's a relationship. So if we look at the camera being a relationship with you, like it's a person, are you just swiping right on different cameras, buying them, selling them, changing? Are you just hooking up with cameras, telling everyone you want a serious relationship with a camera? No, I want to really create memories and build a life with a camera and do something with it and share stories and create memories and things like that. Not really. Like, until you know what you want, until you start dating with intent, until you start picking a camera with intent and knowing what you want to film with the thing, you're just hooking up with cameras. You're having fun, but you're pretending that you want the perfect camera. And it's fine if you enjoy hooking up with cameras. You enjoy tinkering with them. That's your hobby. You're not pretending that you really need a perfect camera for anything. If there's nothing you want to film and do, if you don't have a notebook full of ideas and stories and vignettes and conversational pieces and just things you want to upload and varied discussional points, if you've got nothing you want to use this tool for, then just admit you like playing with cameras. You just like playing and talking about cameras, and it's fine. It's fine. I do too. I love gear, but I also have interests and things I want to talk about in case this isn't obvious. Are you really wanting that perfect camera that would make you stop watching all the review videos of cameras? Because most people don't. That's what they're addicted to. They love the reviews. They love gear so much that it's not what they want to do with gear. They're not an artist. They're a gear junkie. So they're not an artist watching the gear as a means to an end to actually produce stories, right? Making stories is cool, I know, but most of us aren't Tarantino. And most of us aren't even anything remotely like artists or have any kind of artistic DNA in us. So if we look at camera obsession, gear obsession, as having a relationship with those things, are you just hooking up camera after camera after camera, being free, casual, and non-committal to any camera, not really wanting a relationship with it, but saying to everyone that you want the perfect camera? You really want a committed relationship where your actions show that you don't. Or maybe you don't really believe that you have much to offer that relationship between you and a camera. You don't have anything to film. You don't have a story to tell. You don't have a conversational piece to share with anyone else and get anything back. You kind of just feel scared that you have nothing to offer the camera because the camera comes to you complete. It can do everything it says it's going to do, unless it's faulty, but you have to come and meet it halfway. Most people just aren't ready for a relationship with the camera. And it's fine knowing what you want, knowing what you want to film, and you've got all these ideas ready to go, and you're just chomping at the bit to film something, start playing and sharing your little vignettes and clips online. But if you don't know what you want, it's like dating. You're just going to be dating in an empty way and just rotating people. You're going to be rotating cameras. So yeah, enjoy G.A.S, gear acquisition syndrome, to a limited degree until you hold the camera, know what you want, and it feels like home. The moment I fell in love with filming was with Micro Four Thirds. I've got a soft spot for them. And my old GH5 camera now is my dedicated photography camera. And its newer version, the GH7, is my film camera. It's because I feel at home with them. They get out of my way. They feel like a wingman. They don't stop me with anything. They don't suddenly switch off for whatever reason. There's nothing I can't film where I feel like, well, the thing I really want to show and say, this is just really sad. I can't do it. I can. There's nothing they're lacking. This is what a lot of people do. They keep wanting different gear because they want nice to haves. They just want everything. Nice to have, anamorphic this, 240p and open gate this and codecs and whatever. It's kind of like, the thing is, I know I got happier and enjoyed filming when I just pared it down to what I really want to do and where I'm stopping myself, where I'm scared. Whenever you're confronted with what have you got to show for it, all you've got is, well, I really need this. I'd like to have this. I'm waiting for a camera that's got this. No, you're waiting to find out who you are and what you want to say, and you're just waiting for the courage to experiment and evolve out loud and have the courage to sort of try and fail with the camera and then find out what you want. You're not going to find out without a camera in your hand. You're not going to find out until you start using it and start putting it on your computer and seeing, this is awful, let me get better at this. Most of the time it's you, it's not the camera. But you'll never know if you don't actually have a relationship with the camera, if you don't start to have things you want to say. So I think the solution is really know what you want to say, what kind of things you want to film, what kind of video shooter you are, photographer you are, musician you are, and then the gear you're always watching. Know what you want to do with it. Be impatient with the things you actually want to make. You have them on paper, they're ready to go. You've got a phone full of notes, pages and pages of just discussions and ideas just ready to go, even if they're just riffing like this. Does your camera make you focus on the things you want to make you commit to the camera and then just move on? Just like the person that finds the right person and they're just happy to be out of the dating game. They're not in that area anymore. It's like, now it's just like, let's move ahead. I've got the person for me. I've got the compatible camera for me. Let's just make stuff. Let's make memories, let's try things, let's have conversations, not keep focusing on what the camera is lacking and what could be improved. The camera's got the things, but you want it to be tweaked higher. Now it can do things that you never were able to do before.
But can it do a bit more? It'd be nice if it could do a bit more.
I know my GH7 now has phase detect autofocus, something that was always lacking. It's got 4K 240, no crops anywhere.
But can it have, 8K 720? can it have maybe a triple anamorphic internal ND?
Like, I mean, there's always something, there's always an improvement. At what point am I going to enjoy making art? At what point am I going to enjoy saying something? This is what I wish for you. And I'm talking to a young version of me. Bobby, stop wasting time and start having a relationship with the things in your life. Choose something, commit to something. It's got everything you need. You know what you want, you know your standards in people, and now with gear, you know what you want. Start living life and making things. If the camera doesn't feel like home, like a wingman that doesn't make you think of anything except the cool scenes and framing and cinematography and the story structure, beginning, middle, and end, the camera's just there to help you do all that, and there's no limitations. You don't have to worry about the camera overheating, turning off. You don't have to worry about, wonder what it's going to look like, if it's going to be what I can work with later on. It's got you covered. Don't worry about it. There's no excuses anymore. Have fun. It's not a camera thing. It's a you thing. Know what you want. I hope you got something out of that. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Bye.